In this episode, I'll be covering 4 unique ways to enroll new members into your membership all year long, whether you are just starting a new membership or you're scaling an established membership that you've had for years. Some strategies that we cover are going to be great for those quick cash injections that you have between your bigger launches, and some are going to be good for that long-term, sustainable, consistent growth of your membership. So let's dive into it. Welcome to the $1 Million Memberships Podcast, where we help female entrepreneurs like yourself start, grow, and scale multiple 6- and 7-figure online memberships with simple, step-by-step strategies that actually work.
Your life is about to get so good.
Let's dive in. Welcome back to $1 Million Memberships Podcast. If you are new here, I am so excited to have you here. My name is Paige, and I help female entrepreneurs like yourself start, grow, and scale memberships from idea all the way to multiple 6- and 7 figures. Really quick, I want to send you my membership starter kit completely free. And I might be absolutely insane for doing this because it's normally $147 and it's packed with templates, pricing guides, setup resources to launch your membership, naming your membership, literally all of the things. I want to send it to you for free. And all I ask in return is that you leave this podcast a 5-star rating and written review on Apple iTunes. That's it. Seriously, that is it. So pause this if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, scroll down to the bottom where you see the reviews, tap the 5 stars, leave me a written review, screenshot it before you submit it, and then send that screenshot to support@paigevandy.com. I will leave it all in the show notes for you. I'll leave the instructions in there, but that is literally it. Once we verify it, we'll send you the starter kit completely for free. No strings attached, just your review. I'll leave the instructions in the show notes, so it's so easy for you to do, and then you can come back and enjoy the episode. Today's topic, we are focusing on sales and more specifically 4 unique ways to sell your membership, whether you are brand new and you're just starting and selling your membership for the first time, or you have an established membership that you're really looking to scale and you want more of that strategy and consistent growth, consistent signups inside of your membership. It is October, if you're listening to this in real time, which means inside of $1 Million Memberships Club, my monthly membership, we are focusing on Black Friday this month. That is our theme. And you're like, well, Black Friday is November, not October. Yes, correct. But the planning for Black Friday should be happening right now, which is why that is what we're focusing on inside of the membership, which also means an arm of that, we are focusing on sales. So this episode will be really timely for you if you are planning or wanting to do Black Friday. Maybe you've done Black Friday before and you're like, it's absolutely the biggest sales time of the year for my business, which has always been true for me. Black Friday is usually when I lock in at least $100,000 for the next year. So I can go into the next year knowing if I don't even sell another single thing, I will still have made at least $100,000 in that next year. That is what I like to use Black Friday for. And that's what we're going to be teaching inside of $1 Million Memberships Club this coming month. Now, why am I telling you this? Because on top of that, on top of the Black Friday sales planning, you always need to have a sales strategy for your Black Friday. You don't just want to come up onto your Instagram stories or onto your email list and say, hey guys, we're doing Black Friday. Get my membership for 50% off. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's why most Black Friday sales flop, is because people are unprepared and they don't actually have a strategy behind what they're doing. They're just kind of throwing shit at the wall. And so inside of $1 Million Memberships Club this month, we're going to be getting not only into the planning, like what really needs to be thought of, what needs to be planned, how we're going to sales plan and goal plan and all of the things, when we're going to start, who we're going to be nurturing, what's going to your email list versus your social media, all of the things. On top of that, every single person who is participating in Black Friday needs to have a strategy behind them. So on this episode, there are a ton of strategies that you can pick from. In fact, inside of the club this month, one of the templates that we're releasing is our consistent sales guide, which is over, I think, 10, over 12 unique sales strategies that you can use all year long inside of your membership, even when you're not technically launching. And today we are just going over 4 of them. I picked these ones because these ones, like I said in the title of this podcast episode, these are more unique. These are more of like a unique strategy. A lot of the times these are strategies that people haven't tried, haven't heard of, or they're just not your run-of-the-mill strategies, which is great because that makes them work even more. So let's dive into the first one. First strategy is the podcast series. Now, if you don't have a podcast, this could also be a YouTube series. And if you don't have a podcast, you can just start one and just have it be this series. You don't have to have an ongoing podcast for this to work. It could literally just be a limited edition series. This is really great for establishing new memberships. If you're just trying to establish your membership, just trying to break into the space, or if you have an existing membership and you want something that's going to sell your membership all year long on the back end. This is an amazing strategy. So how this one works is you want to identify what is your success path within your membership, or in other words, how does your membership, what are the steps in order for people inside of your membership to get results? Once you identify what your success path is, then you want to take that and see how can you break that into mini podcast episodes, 15 to 30 minutes. You want to then give mini trainings on each step, broken down into episodes. Within those trainings, you want to be storytelling, you want to give client examples, you want to give examples from your own journey, and you want to actually make them valuable. Gone are the days where we can make free information, free guides, free lead magnets, just surface level. People actually need substance when it comes to these free trainings. And this is how you're actually going to sell your membership without you having to actually be in DMs and sell your membership. At the end of each episode, you are also going to have a super clear, super strong call to action to join your membership. And of course, you're just going to have your membership sign up link in the show notes. So this is going to be a system that just lives on, and you're driving people to this podcast, and then the selling is done for you. It is on the podcast. If you want an example of what this looks like, scroll down on this podcast, because this podcast actually started as a limited edition podcast series. So it's the first 9 episodes of this $1 Million Memberships podcast that is this strategy. And it still lives on in the background of my business all of the time. I'm still getting membership signups from this all of the time. Now, this is a slower strategy. This isn't something that, let's just say you want to get 10 members immediately this month. This isn't necessarily a strategy for that quick injection. This is a strategy that lives in the background and is a machine. It is always selling your membership for you. So this is a long game strategy. But don't worry, we'll be getting into some fast, quick injection strategies right away. Strategy number 2 is a roundtable event. I love this strategy. It's so easy to set up. It's such a quick, fast cash injection, new member injection. And it's a great strategy that you can just put and plug into your calendar every single month or every single quarter, and it becomes something that you're known for. So this can be a free or a paid event. And if you make it a paid event, you want to just make it very low ticket, something like $17 or $27, something super low ticket. And basically how this one works is you are just hosting a 1.5 to 2 hour call. That's it. It's just one call, super easy to do. The first half of the call is going to be some kind of workshop, some kind of training on what it is that your membership does. The second half is going to be where it's actually interactive with the people who are on that call. So questions and answers, collaboration, networking, anything that goes with the vibe of your membership. It's really just a place for the people who attended to get more support, to have their questions answered, and to meet other people who are in the same niche, same industry. At the end of this, you then want to offer your membership, and you want to offer it with a absolute no-brainer bonus that if they sign within 24 hours of being on there, or you can do it where if they sign on the actual call, so you give them 15 minutes and they sign on the call, they get a massive bonus, or maybe it's they get that. Or the people who sign within at least 24 hours, they get a bonus, but it's a little bit smaller. You just want to make it a tight window, and you want to make it a no-brainer. You want to really be going off of the energy of them being on that call, right? When people are on the call, when they're on there, they're excited. That's when you want to really be offering them this next step so that they can keep it going. Again, this is a great strategy if you just want to do a quick launch of your membership. You want to get a handful of new members in right away. This is also a really good strategy if you have a higher ticket or a mid-ticket membership, because it's very intimate and they really get to experience you as the leader. So say you have a membership that's, $500 a month or even $2,000 a month. This is one of those strategies that will sell a higher ticket membership. It will also sell a low ticket, but this is a good one to use if you have a mid to high ticket membership as well. Strategy number 3, this is another favorite of mine. Again, this is going to be more of a long-term strategy, but it's a good one. And that is an affiliate, ambassador, or leaders program, which kind of are all the same thing. For this one, you would need an established membership. So if you are launching your membership for the very first time, this is not going to be a strategy for you, but keep note of it, because once your membership has been going for at least 3 months, 3 to 6 months is usually a good time to implement something like this, then it's a fantastic strategy to implement. So how this one works is you are going to create an internal affiliate or ambassador, or sometimes I call mine a leaders program inside of your membership. This is something that is by application only. It's not something that you just get everyone to come into inside of your membership, because then it doesn't really make it that separate, exciting thing to have inside of your membership. It has to be application only, and it has to be people who are actually really giving your membership their all. They're showing up in the community, they're being active, they're doing the work, all of the things. Basically how this works, and this is a very short overview because this is a very in-depth program, and if you want more information on how to run this, I do have an episode on it. I'll give you some information on that in a second. But basically how this one works is they get a bunch of other perks inside of your membership for being in this, but one of the perks is they also get their own affiliate code. So they can share their link with their audience, and anyone who signs up to your membership from their audience, automatically they get a commission from it. You want to set your commission high, you want to make it something people actually want to be a part of and that it's worth it for them to be a part of. Again, this one is a long game strategy. This isn't necessarily one that if you just want a quick injection, unless you already have one going where people are used to being in it, they've been in the program for a little while, you could do something like an incentive and get them to try and sell within that week to get a quick cash injection. But this is really going to be one that you want to think of it as like a long-term, long game strategy. It is long game, but this one starts to snowball. The longer you have this in there and the more you start to get really great leaders and ambassadors inside of your program, the more this really snowballs and can truly become one of your biggest sales drivers as it grows. If you want a full training on this strategy, go to episode 18 after you're done this episode, which is called Referral Programs for Memberships. Do they really work? And I break down this entire strategy there. Okay, strategy number 4. And this one has to be my absolute favorite strategy. This is great for the first time you ever launch a membership, or if you have an established membership, this is one of those strategies that you want to do a few times a year, depending on how often you open up your membership. But this is just one of those pillar strategies that everyone needs to be doing, in my opinion, for most memberships. This one, I will warn you, takes the most work. It takes about a month, sometimes a little bit longer than a month to completely set up and actually execute. But after you do it the first time, then it becomes a little bit quicker. But just so you know, it takes a while, but it's because it has the most conversion out of any of the strategies. So how this one works is you take 3 to 5 days. You can do a 3-day one, a 4-day one, a 5-day one. You want to teach on a specific pain point that your audience has. The people who are perfect for your membership, what is that one main pain point that they have? And how can you really help them to get on the right path to solve that within 3 to 5 days? What really makes this one special is how you're delivering it. So you're actually bringing everyone who signs up to be a part of this event that you're hosting. And over those 3 to 5 days, you are hosting a live challenge event. So the magic and why this actually converts so well is how you hold this event. You bring everyone who signs up together in a group. So this could be in like a Facebook group, or it could actually be on your membership platform that you use in a free community, as long as you can separate it from your paid membership. And it essentially mimics your membership community, especially if you host it on the same platform that you have your membership on. Now, there's a lot that goes into this one, but essentially at the end, you are offering your membership with a no-brainer bonus for them to join right on that end day or right on that last day, or you're giving them 48 hours to come into your membership and get that no-brainer bonus. This one works because a lot goes into it. There's grand prizes, there's assignments, there's engagement bonuses, which makes it one of the best ways to sell because it's just a vibe. They are in your world for those 3 to 5 days and they're in a community. It is the easiest way to sell because they're essentially already part of it. They're already experiencing it. And most sales strategies that you do, so whatever it is, email list, selling through social media, any kind of sales promotion, usually you can expect a 1 to 3% sales rate. That's industry average. This strategy converts at a 12 to 20% sales rate. That is huge. So you can expect on average, however many people sign up for this free challenge, or if it's a low ticket paid challenge, whatever you want to do, you can expect that 12 to 20% of those people are actually going to come into your membership. That might sound low, but that's a huge, huge jump from industry average. It's a potent strategy. And it's one that I really, really, really recommend, which is why I created an entire mini course just on this. If you have a membership, if you have a membership idea and you're wanting to build a membership, or you have an established membership, but it's just not where you want to be, you really want to scale that membership, then I highly, highly encourage you to come join us inside of $1 Million Memberships Club, my monthly membership. And if you join from this podcast episode, so if you go to the link in the show notes of this right now, you join, you get your welcome email, and then you just reply to that welcome email and said, hey, I just joined because I listened to this podcast episode. I will send you that mini course completely free. So you will get this last strategy that we just talked about, the live event. I will send that to you right away. So it's something that you can dive into. It also teaches you how to grow your email list and how to hold one of these live events. It is so potent. It is one of the best strategies. And this is so timely because we're just over a month out from Black Friday. This could be a strategy that you use on Black Friday. And if you join right now, you will actually have the time to execute it. Because remember, this strategy takes a month or sometimes a little bit over a month if it's your first time doing it to actually set up and run. So if you join right now, you can get this mini course. Plus, I teach you how to do it inside of $1 Million Memberships Club as well. So you'll have all of the templates to run it. You'll have everything that you need. You'll have the support of me, the support of the community. You'll be able to hop on our Black Friday call, which is happening October 12th, I think, October 12th or 13th. And you will actually have the time to execute this strategy and have the best Black Friday to date. Also, like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, the template that's dropping into $1 Million Memberships Club this month is our consistent sales guidebook, which is a guidebook of proven sales strategies to use inside of your membership. There's over 10 or 12 in there. Also good. Some of these are included in there, and then there's more. Some of what we covered on this episode is in there, but then there's more in there as well. And these are strategies that you can use for main launches. There's strategies that you can use in between launches. There's strategies that you can do behind the scenes so that you're not constantly just launching and selling to your audience. It really gives you a guidebook so that you can be selling all year long without actually having to energetically sell all the time. But this is such a good, especially if you have an established membership and you really want this year to be different, you want to lock in a really amazing strategy that you can use, really get one more big push of members into your membership for the new year and really ride on the buyer behavior energy that is naturally happening all the way from October to December. This is literally statistically, not even just what I'm saying for memberships, but just as a whole in the industry, the best time to be selling. Then head to the show notes of this episode, sign up to $1 Million Memberships Club. You will immediately get an email welcoming you, showing you how to get into our community, getting you your login information, all of the things of how to get started with us. Hit reply to that email. Super simple. It comes right to me. Let me know that you joined from this episode, and I will send you that mini course right away. Hope you loved this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.